Kowalski. I'm the proud superintendent of Saline Area Schools, and I want to welcome you here tonight. So tonight it is a joy to have you also, whether you're a family preparing for the first time to take that first step into young 5's or kindergarten, or whether you're already part of our Saline Area Schools family. Either way, we want you to know you're in the right place and you belong here. Tonight is about possibility and partnership. Many of you are here for our traditional kindergarten roundup, a milestone and moment filled with excitement and maybe a few nerves now and then as the next few months go on before you start kindergarten. But you are in good hands, and I believe you are in the best hands. We are district grounded in academic excellence, yes, as you may know, but just as importantly, we see every day that we are also a district of belonging, care, and the development of whole children, whole child development. So, Saline is not just a place where children achieve, but it's a place where they belong. Tonight, you'll meet some of the amazing people that are at the heart of everything we do. You'll meet our wonderful and excellent principals, members of our district team, and many educators and teachers who inspire our students every day. You'll also meet some of our student support teams who connect and work with our students, following through with care and urgency. You'll meet folks from maybe community education and other partners who help us expand opportunities, from special education, wellness supports, and mental health staff, folks from transportation, because we want to get you there safely, some of our nursing staff and other leaders who work together to keep your children, whether you're new to us or you have children with us, safe and well cared for. Throughout the evening, you'll experience our district as part of a journey, the many programs and opportunities. Saline is a community that wraps around our students and children. We're very excited to have you here tonight. Above all, the Saline journey is something I am new to, but so far I've experienced that this journey is not something you walk alone as a family or otherwise. We often build things together, and so tonight I invite you to ask questions, talk with the many staff members here, and maybe some of your neighbors. Imagine your child thriving here because they will. I would like to introduce at this time Kara Davis, the Executive Director of Teaching and Learning, and she's going to help you with logistics about your journey tonight and so much more. Welcome, Kara.
Thank you so much. It's so wonderful to see all of you in the audience. As Dr. Kowalski said, I'm Kara Davis. I'm the Executive Director of Teaching and Learning for Saline Area Schools. I am also a proud alum, a proud parent of 2 Saline graduates, and a long-term employee. I've been here for close to 30 years, and I couldn't imagine being anyplace else. So I hope you feel the same as you start your journey today as well. So tonight is all about welcoming you first as young 5's and kindergarten parents and caregivers, and we are so glad to have you here. We have an approximately 30-minute presentation that will be posted. It is a lot of information that we have to share with you. We've worked hard to curate what we feel is the most important information for you at this juncture in your journey. And we will make this slide deck as well as the frequently asked questions available on our website. And of course, our building principals and teams can answer any of your questions that you have after this short presentation. After our 30-minute presentation, we do have the open house and resource fair that is taking place through the hallways, the commons, and then in the media center here at the high school. We do have tour guides on hand. Dr. Kowalski mentioned many of the members of our wonderful team who are here with us this evening. Please feel free to take as much advantage of the resources that are here this evening, or as little. We recognize there's a lot coming at you in one evening, and so please take what you need, leave what you don't. We're happy to see you, because this is not the last opportunity, of course, for you to learn about Saline Area Schools. In May, we also offer building level tours by individual buildings. You can see the dates here, and again, this will be published online. These building tours are focused on students and families, very similar to this evening, but at the building level. Literally, we roll out the red carpet, make it so fun. There's photo opportunities to meet many of the building level groups so that you can get to know your communities there, and for your youngest Hornets to take a step into their Saline journey. Apologies. So with no further ado, what I'd love to do is help you begin your next step with a look at a day in the life of a kindergartner. This is about a 6-minute video for us to share some of our brightest moments with you.
Come join us as we take a sneak peek at a day in the life of a kindergarten student in Saline schools, where days are filled with joyful learning, community building, and exploration. Kindergarten students begin their day with a warm welcome from staff, then head to their classroom to unpack and begin morning choice and morning work. Once the bell rings, students begin community building with a morning meeting. Classrooms spend each day checking in as a team. Morning meetings are an important part of kindergarten routines, where students participate in a greeting, a share, an activity, and a morning message. Kindergarten students work on phonics instruction daily. Phonics involves teaching children how to decode letters into their respective sounds. This is an essential skill when learning to read unfamiliar words by themselves. The primary focus of phonics instruction is to help beginning readers understand how letters are linked to sounds, which helps them apply this knowledge in their reading. Students may manipulate letters and sounds using magnetic letters, with whiteboards and markers, and practicing writing and reading words with engaging text. During reading workshop, teachers model and teach the skills and strategies that proficient readers use. Students practice reading skills of emergent readers with books of their choice and practice what they're learning while the teacher meets with students in small groups and one-on-one. Most importantly, teachers read every single day to build a community of readers and share the love and joy of reading aloud. During writing workshop, teachers model and teach the skills and strategies that proficient writers use. Students get time to write and practice what they're learning while the teacher meets with students in small groups and individually. During our Best Fit or WIN, students receive targeted literacy instruction in addition to reading workshop that is specifically matched to the skills students need to work on. Students spend about 30 minutes at lunch, which provides a great time to reinforce social skills like communication, kindness, and relationship building. Saline is proud to offer free breakfast and lunch to all students. Lunch is also a great time to volunteer and experience the joy of kindergarten right alongside your students. Math in kindergarten is all about exploring numbers through hands-on play. Students build their understanding by counting, sorting, grouping, and comparing objects. Using blocks, cubes, and other manipulatives helps students see what numbers mean and how they work together. During math time, students work alongside their peers, thinking, talking about their ideas, and solving simple problems. These early math experiences help build confidence, curiosity, and strong foundational math skills. In kindergarten, social studies and science is all about curiosity and discovery. Students explore the world around them by learning about their home and school, plants and animals, weather, how things move, and more. They discover and notice changes through hands-on activities, observations, and playful experiments. Students have opportunities to ask questions, make predictions, and explore how their actions can affect the world around them. Students attend one special class each day, rotating through physical education, the media center, music, art, and innovation lab. During these classes, students engage in a variety of hands-on activities alongside their classmates, with an emphasis on building lifelong skills such as critical thinking, creativity, and collaboration. Active play is a critical part of the kindergarten day. Recess provides our youngest Hornets with more than just a break. We see recess as a time to support healthy physical development, social skills, and learning how to play and collaborate with peers. Whenever weather permits, students head outdoors to get fresh air and movement. Kindergarten students receive at least 30 minutes of outdoor play each day, giving them time to recharge, explore, and build friendships through play. Many of our days also include special events or guests, including mystery readers, classroom celebrations, community meetings with all of our school classmates, and other events and celebrations made possible by our parent and family volunteers. We are so thankful for the many ways our students get to experience joy in our buildings throughout the year. As you can see, from the first bell to the last bell, kindergarten is filled with moments where curiosity leads the way and learning begins with wonder. We can't wait for your Saline Hornet to begin this journey with us.
Exciting moment of introducing the principal teams. So Ms. Emma Sickler, Ms. Kenyatta Hughes, and Ms. Laura Washington are going to join us up here on stage to begin the presentation in full.
Thank you so much for joining us. We have some additional people that are in the audience with us, and then following this brief presentation, they will be in the Commons area. So if you have additional questions, they are best to serve and answer those questions. Obviously, I have a lot of skills. The technology is changing slides isn't that. So at Harvest, joining me is Allison Mayer, a 5's teacher, and Cece Horvath, the kindergarten teacher. You can just wave your hands. There they are. All right. And at Pleasant Ridge, we have Sarah Hickman and Julie Marion, and 5's kindergarten teacher. And at Woodland Meadows, we have April Rauscher and Karen Hall joining us. So again, following this, we will be available to answer any of those individual questions that you might have. Let me see if I can do this. Look at that. Great. So here we have some of you who might be joining us because your child might be a kindergarten student. Some of you might be a young 5 student. And some of you might be thinking, you might be sort of on the fence. So we want to talk to you a little bit about what that developmental readiness might look like. Young 5's are for students who are turning 5 between June 1st or on or before December 1st. And when you're thinking about the difference between young 5's and kindergarten, we sort of wanted to look a little bit about those two pieces. When you think about handwriting, and the writing process. So in young 5's, we're really looking at those pre-writing skills in handwriting, and in kindergarten, you're really looking at that writing process. When you're looking at young 5's, you're looking at that self-regulation. Emotions are still really big and visible, and in young 5's, they're looking at sort of supporting the recovery from frustration of maybe a lost game. It takes a lot of time in supporting that. In kindergarten, with the self-regulation, maybe those kindergarten students can sort of take care of themselves with maybe minor disappointments. Oh, I'm not first in line.
adult support. In Young 5s, we might see students still need a lot of support with skills like zipping up coats, opening milk cartons, and managing latches on restroom stalls. And in kindergarten, we're seeing a lot of the students who are pretty self-sufficient with those personal needs and belongings. Young 5s in kindergarten both need to be able to use that bathroom and restroom independently. That is something that across both those Young 5s in kindergarten, the supports with both of those. So if you're sort of a family that's on the fence, we're hoping that some of those pieces can help you with that determination between the two. Moving more specifically into the classroom environment. When you're looking at the curricular areas, we look at more of the exposure of curriculum in Young 5s. And when you look into kindergarten, we have some curriculum and expectations. And on the website, on Saline area schools, you can go even deeper with that. But really keying in with that exposure piece, more to there's some curricular expectations in kindergarten. When you're looking at exposure to and practice through those feelings, through play, there's a lot of play time, which we're going to go more into that in some further slides. In Young 5s and in kindergarten, there's real key times in math, reading, writing, science, and social studies, and you got to have a deeper look into that with that video that you just saw. What's great in Young 5s is that you get the exposure through all parts of the day. Young 5s goes to lunch, has every single special. You practice that lineup. They're going through all of those pieces, just like with kindergarten. The Young 5s classroom is smaller. We cap it around 16, ideally. Kindergarten classrooms tend to be larger. There is an aide currently in each of the Young 5s classrooms. And then they're really looking at supporting that social emotional learning. Obviously that aligns with what we talked about earlier, giving that space for some of that self-regulation with more of those visible emotions and really supporting that. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea of that Young 5s versus the kindergarten. It's called Young 5s for a reason. They are turning 5 between that June 1st and December 1st. And we really want to be able to provide that nice foundation for all of those students, that Young 5s year before they come into kindergarten. If you have some more specific questions following this presentation, we will be available to talk about maybe your specific question and help guide you with that. And now I'll be passing it on to a typical schedule and routine.
Thank you, Ms. Sigler. Welcome everyone, I'm Laura Washington, the principal of Woodland Meadows. And obviously this schedule, what you see before you, doesn't really tell you a whole lot. I think the video actually did a really nice job capturing what a day in the life of a Young 5 or kindergarten learner looks like. As it was demonstrated in the video, each of the classes start with circle time. And Young 5s is more flexible in the sense of if a project is going, a day or two longer, that is absolutely okay. If they want extended time for playtime, that is absolutely okay. Whereas the kindergarten classrooms are more rigorous. They have both have a curriculum that they are following, but more thinking about traditional reading, writing, and science, social studies. In the Young 5s classroom, you'll notice that there are 2 snacks during the day, whereas in kindergarten there is 1. 2 recesses, in Young 5s, and 1 recess in kindergarten. And then in Young 5s, there is still a rest time that is incorporated throughout the day. Some kids do fall asleep during that time, but as you will see throughout the year, it does become more of a rest time, quiet time, whereas kindergarten does no longer has that. There we go. Also, as in the video, you notice that there are specials in both kindergarten and Young 5's classes do partake in our specials. And so you'll notice that there is music, where kids learn about all different types of genre and instruments. In media, a traditional book checkout happens, but then also reading and lots of hands-on activities during media as well. Art is incorporated in the day. Innovation Lab is probably a class that you're not familiar with. So if you think of STEM or STEAM, this is where it all starts, is innovation. There's a lot of team building and science and engineering happening within those classes. And then last but never least is physical education, where kids have a chance to move their bodies and learn about different games and activities. Again, that cooperation and teamwork is really highlighted there.
Good evening. My name is Kenyatta Hughes. I am the principal of Pleasant Ridge Elementary. Thanks to my colleagues, Mrs. Washington and Mrs. Sigler. I'm going to stand to the side here, hopefully. So a little bit about play-based learning. You call that purposeful play in both settings, young 5's and kindergarten. Blending some of that structured academics with free playtime, where they're using some of what they learn instructionally to kind of incorporate into some of those play scenarios, whereas if they're playing and they're going out to a restaurant, they're maybe counting up their bill, splitting the bill. Some of that social emotional type of learning comes into play where they have to kind of problem solve. Play develops critical thinking. They're always thinking through some of that play. They're learning how to be collaborative, problem solve. Children learn what we saw in the videos, letters, numbers, and concepts while building and creating and exploring. A lot of hands-on learning takes place in both young 5's and kindergarten. We have some of those play-based centers, which allows children to practice academic skills in engaging ways. A lot of hands-on learning where they are actually really applying some of the academic pieces to situations within those centers. Movement and exploration is essential to learning at this level. Which you heard, we have opportunities for recess in both spaces, and classrooms across the district encourages curiosity, creativity, and joyful discovery. And it's not working for me either. Oh, thank you. All right, that social emotional learning, we truly believe in educating the whole child. So social emotional learning is key at the young child and kindergarten level. This is where we are learning how to share space with others, how to have empathy, be kind, problem solve. A lot goes into that space. And we like to kind of celebrate that growth in academic and social emotional skills. This is where our kids do a lot of recognizing their feelings. And across both spaces, we teach our children that your feelings are valid and welcome. It's what we do with those feelings and how we handle those feelings. Problem solving strategies. Children are taught how to use those independently. Building confidence and fostering a love for learning is something that our teachers do a really great job at. And also cultivating friendship skills through guided play and group activities. The classrooms are known to use clear, consistent expectations with positive reinforcement. In all three buildings, you'll see calm-down spaces and tools to help children regulate their feelings and co-regulate. And we truly believe in a strong family-school partnership, which really is at the heart of what we do and strengthens the development of these essential skills. As my colleagues have said, we would love for you to visit us with any questions that you have as it relates to any of this content. If you are a parent like me, I have 2 girls, and I went to my young 5's in kindergarten open house with a whole clipboard and a checklist. So we would love to have you and answer any questions you may have.
In the district office doing enrollment and registration. And we're going to take just a couple minutes to talk about the registration process. We will be out at the very first table, so if you have very specific questions about your family, we can answer those questions then. For in-district residents, we plan on opening up registration on March 2nd, barring technical difficulties. You do not have to get on at exactly 6 a.m. You can do it any time that you have about a half an hour to an hour of time to kind of sit down and work through the process. You will have to have some required documents, so it's helpful to have those before you start. You will need your child's birth certificate, and we do need the actual birth certificate, not a verification of live birth. We will need 2 proofs of residency. We will ask for the front and back of your driver's license, and then one other item, and those items possibilities are listed out on our website. And then your full child's immunization record. We need to see their name, their date of birth, and their complete immunization history. Sometimes if you take a screenshot of the portal showing immunizations, it doesn't show everything, so make sure you're giving us the full history. And then there's some other things that we can ask for. They're not required, but if your child has an IEP or a medical action plan, like an asthma action plan, or any court or custody documents, we'll ask for those to be uploaded. We will have some information out at our table on how to get help if you're having issues with our system. We can offer in-person appointments. We have a step-by-step guide to that online registration. So anything you need, we can help you with. Now for our out-of-district families, we are going to have school of choice. The application for school of choice will be available March 2nd through March 31st. And again, you can get on any time during that time period and submit an application. Right now, we have posted that we are going to accept a minimum of 1 spot per grade level, but we do expect to add spots. We're going to look at class sizes and what the levels are in each building. And we will most likely offer more than 1 spot, but it's just listed at 1 right now. If we do have more students applying for each grade level than we have spots, we will host a lottery, and that's scheduled for April 6th at 1 p.m. You do not need to be present for that lottery. We will notify everyone after the lottery, and then we will have information on if you were on the wait list and how you might move off of that wait list. School of choice for the 26-27 school year is open to families that reside in a home that's assigned to one of the boundary schools that's listed there. Those are the ones that are in our WISD. Once you register, you will be given more information on the different kinds of screenings we will be having for your child. The first one is an academic screening. You will be sent a schedule of those appointments, those time slots. They're approximately 15 minutes. You will stay with your child during the screening. They help our teachers kind of balance classrooms out, so it's very, very helpful for this child to go through that academic screening. We will ask if you have a current young fiver to still sign up for one of these screenings. Immunizations, as we mentioned before, I'm going to have you upload the full immunization record. I will look through that record and see if there's anything missing, and I will reach out to your family if there's any immunizations that are required before that first day of school, and then we can work with you during the summer to make sure your child is up to date with all of those immunizations. We do have a waiver option too, and we can provide more information on that option for your family if it works better for you. We will also have vision, hearing, and dental screening as a requirement. We hope to have people from the Washtenaw County Health Department at those academic screening appointments to handle all 3 of those screening, vision, hearing, and dental.
So we actually just set our fabulous principal well. This next portion, this is actually, if you are not aware, if this is your first kindergarten or young fiver who's in Saline area schools, for the last 5 years, we've been doing this event virtually. So when you're thinking about coming back here in person, it's been really wonderful to have the opportunity to have all of you here in the auditorium. We have set up this event a little bit differently this evening to include the resource fair, which is next, which has our teams out in the media center as well as in this hallway in order to better be able to answer your individual questions by a particular topic, because we have a good sense of the number of things that might be on your mind. So what I'd like to do is review this map with you on the handout that you received as well. Essentially, when you exit here from the auditorium and you take a right, registration and enrollment are in the hallway just as you leave the auditorium. There's some family engagement down the hallway as well. In the media center, where you see young 5s through 3, 4 through 8, 9 through 12, or preschool, those are tables set up in the different bays. They're all labeled. Again, this is the opportunity for you to take what you need, leave what you don't need. So getting the information that you want tonight, of course you're welcome, and we encourage you to visit all the things that will make your journey here start off on the right foot. But if it feels like you want to stick in this particular area to the right, you are more than welcome to do that. Down the hallway, we've got some of our advisory groups, or district advisory teams, set up around the corner. And then the commons, which is a little further down, which is also serves as our lunchroom at the high school. You can find a variety of different staff and programming resources where you can ask questions, see a little bit about what's ahead for your component on their journey. Community ads down there, athletics, clubs and activities, curriculum, special education, English learners, transportation, and then nursing is also down in the comments. So please take your time. We're going to be staying here until 8 o'clock tonight. We know that's late for some littles, but take advantage of what you can. And if you don't get your answers this evening, please do reach out via our district website. And as a reminder, just know this is not the end. It is the beginning. We will have our building tours all set up in May for you to visit, and then we also do have open houses before school starts as well. So we look forward to seeing you at all of these events. Thank you so much for coming this evening, and we'll see you out in our resource fair. Thanks, everybody.
Go this way.